Hello everybody, this is Vincent from Affiliate Theme.io, and this video is going to be about installing and setting up WordPress. So before you can actually install WordPress, you have to find a host and a domain for your website. So a host basically gives to you a dedicated part of his server for a monthly fee where you can install your website. And the domain, also called URL, is the access point to your website on the server. So after you found a host and a domain for your website, you have to download WordPress. So for this we go to wordpress.org. So this is very important. We go to wordpress.org and not wordpress.com because there's a big difference between those two services. WordPress.com is a fully hosted service, so it's taking care of everything. You can not customize a lot with your website, but we want now a self-hosted version on our own server. So on WordPress.org we can do that. So we click download WordPress and download the zip file here. So after we downloaded the WordPress file to our computer, we have to upload it to the server. So to access the server, we will use an FTP application. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol, and this is really the easiest way to access your server. In order to do this, we are going to use a program called FileZilla. This is first of all a free and a cross-platform application, so you can use it also on Windows or Linux, or as in this case on Mac OS. And in order to access your server, you will need to have the login data from your host. So where to find this login data really depends on the host you chose. So just consult the frequently asked question page, for example, from your host, and most probably you will find an article about that. So the host name is usually the name of your domain, but again this depends on your host. So I'm just going to copy it for this one, enter the username and the password. So now in this case we are connecting via FTP. So there is also SFTP, but for now we're just going to use FTP, and FTP has the port number 21. So now just click Quick Connect, click OK here if it appears, and if you entered the data correctly you will be connected to the server, and you see the server now on the right side here. So you always have the split screen. On the left side you have your hard drive, all the files on your computer, and on the right side you have the directory of your server. So now what did we want to do? We wanted to upload the WordPress file so we can set up our website. So now here you just navigate to the folder where you downloaded the files for WordPress. So in that case it was under Downloads, and here WordPress. So very important now, don't upload the entire folder WordPress, but just the content of it. So just mark everything here, go to the directory on the server, and then you can just drag and drop the files over here. So I did it already because it can take some time depending on the speed of your internet connection and also the speed of your server. So after we did that, we are ready to set up WordPress. Also, sometimes people use a one-click installation that is offered by their host. So you can just go into the admin area of your host and you can click install WordPress, and the host takes care of everything. We recommend to do this manual method because with the one-click installations you have a lot of adware plugins and only restricted access to certain files of WordPress. And if you become more advanced in developing your website, you will want to access those files, and well, then in the future you're not going to be able to do that. Database, the corresponding user, the password, and the last two options we can just leave it as it is. If any problems occur again, consult the WordPress.org explaining page. So let's click submit. So now we're ready to go, and let's click run the install. So now we are already inside setting up WordPress, and now we will define the title of our website first of all, but all this information can be changed afterwards, so don't worry, you can just put some dummy content inside now and change it afterwards, but let's do it properly. So let's call it Gaming Affiliate Website, choose a username and a password. I recommend you to use this strong password already inserted by WordPress, because that makes your website way safer than choosing just a simple one you would usually use. So again, you have to enter an email address. Let's do this here. And here we just click install WordPress. So now apparently everything worked out and we can click on login. So now we need to enter the username we just defined and the password. So let's click save here if you didn't copy the password before. So now we're already in the backend of our WordPress installation, and let's just define some basic options for our website. So let's go to settings and start with reading. So down here under search engine visibility, if this option is chosen, just unchoose it and click save changes. And the next point is under discussion. And here, first of all, we want to turn off the email notification. It's here. And secondly, we want every comment, each comment that is made on our website to be approved manually. So let's just click it here. And again, save changes. So the last thing we want to do is changing the permalinks. So now we have the option day and name chosen, but we recommend just to use post name, because this gives a clear structure of your links on your website. And this is also very important for search engine optimization, that you have a clear structure of your links. So let's just choose post name for now and click save changes.